Okay, let's start the deep demo of TeachBetter.ai. So how do you get access to TeachBetter.ai? The process is very simple. You go to www.teachbetter.ai. You will land on our website. What you do is you click on register. Once you click on register, the registration form will pop up. You can create an account easily directly with Google. You can connect your Google account and create an account on TeachBetter.ai. Yeah, if you're doing it for the first time, it will just ask you for a role. Please select teacher as your role. It will also ask you for mobile number and country. Please enter the basic details and you can create a free account on TeachBetter.ai. Once you create an account, you will see that there is something called free trial validity written here. So once you log into TeachBetter.ai, what basically happens is that you come to this page, which is our AI tools page. Okay. In the AI tools page, you will see a list of about 19 to 20 AI tools right in front of you. Now, what is an AI tool? AI tool is basically a use case of a teacher or of a student converted into a ready-made AI agent so that you don't have to think or break your head figuring out what do you use ChatGPT for or what do you use Gemini for. For example, if you are logging in as a teacher, you have tools like writing assistant, lesson planner, concept explainer, activity generator, creative resource generator, quiz generator. So you already know that, how this tool can help you in your daily lives, right? You don't have to figure out, on how do you make ChatGPT your best friend, right? You already, have a lot of ready-made use cases in front of you inside TeachBetter.ai, right? Now, let me show you few of our most powerful and most interesting AI tools. And then you all can also try it, in the background. So let's start with the writing assistant. You click on writing assistant. Using this AI tool, what you can do is you can write an essay, letter, email, speech, and many other things all at the click of a button. For example, you have to write a speech. There is, it's a formal speech and say India's Independence Day. This is for, so you have an annual event or you have an assembly in the school where you have to deliver a speech. This word count is optional, output language is optional. Our platform supports 80 plus languages. You can generate it in any language. Just give some basic inputs and hit generate. You will have a full speech ready right in front of you. Okay. Now, what you do is you can directly translate this into any other language of your choice. There are 80 plus languages here. You can directly convert it into a PDF or a Word document, right? If you don't like this speech, you can give some additional context here, saying I want the speech to be significantly longer. I want these XYZ sections to be included in the speech, and hit generate again, and it will give you the revised speech. So let me show you language support. So suppose I want this speech to be generated in Hindi language. So I'll just type Hindi. And you have a speech on Independence Day in Hindi right in front of you. All right. So this is a writing assistant. See, one big difference, in TeachBetter.ai as compared to all of the generic AI tools or chatbots is that here you don't have to think like a prompt engineer. You have to think only like a teacher and use the tools just like a teacher. You don't have to learn any new skill or you don't have to have any other upskilling to go through while you're using an AI platform, right? So technology is basically here to make our life easy, not complicate our lives. Okay. So this is the writing assistant tool for you. Now, let me show you our second tool, which is the most used tool by teachers, across the world, which is the lesson planner tool. So inside the lesson planner tool, you can create different types of lesson plans. So lesson plans also are of various types and different schools have different formats for lesson plans. So standard lesson plan, 5B model lesson plan, etc., etc. So let me generate a 5B model lesson plan for you. So suppose the subject is maths and topic is area and perimeter. I want to get this lesson plan for grade 7 students for CBSE curriculum. And this is supposed to be for one class of 90 minutes duration. So these are some additional things that you can, check and add in your lesson plan. If you have any additional context to provide, you can provide it right here. If you have a PDF of your textbook or chapter available, you can upload the PDF also here so that the lesson plan is absolutely contextualized and customized to your requirements, and you hit generate. So the moment you hit generate, you will have an extremely high quality lesson plan right in front of you with n number of sections. So it will start with a hook or introduction, then learning objectives, prerequisite knowledge, materials required, and this is the lesson structure summary. So this is a 5B model lesson plan, which means it has told you what you have to do in the engage stage, explore stage, explain stage, elaborate stage, and evaluate stage. It has broken down the duration for you. How do you structure the class across 5 different sections? It has also given you the detailed lesson flow for each of these sections. Then there are differentiation strategies for different types of students. Then there is an assessment plan, homework and extension activities, reflection ideas, teacher tips, and final checklists. So every component of a lesson plan is right here in front of you, and you have got this output in fraction of seconds with extremely limited inputs. You didn't have to bother about writing a very complicated prompt to get this kind of an output. Okay. So then what you do as a teacher is you can again translate this into any language with a single click. You can convert it into a PDF, Word document. You can even convert it into a presentation, right? Next, the next important part of our platform is that you are not limited to only textual content. You can also search for multimedia content, which is images and videos around any concept. Right inside the platform, you don't have to go to Google or YouTube or anywhere else. So all the resources that you need for teaching in a class are available at your fingertips inside one single platform. For example, these are images. I also want some videos to show in the class. You can get some videos also right here, right? So let me show you. So this is an image of area and perimeter. This is an image of area. These are some videos. So you can also watch the video right here. When you're watching the video here, it's a completely ad-free and distraction-free experience. You can also save content. Okay, so suppose you like these images, you can save them. So what is happening is at the back end, whatever content you are generating in the platform, everything is getting stored in your My Content library. Let me show you quickly. So we generated this lesson plan right now. So this entire lesson plan is available in your My Content section. We also saved some images. The images are available here. We also saved some videos. The videos are also available here for you to refer in the future. So whatever you are generating on the platform, nothing is getting lost. Everything is getting stored in your My Content library, which basically will become your personalized content hub as a teacher, right? So that was the lesson planner tool. Okay. Let me show you another important tool, which is a concept explainer. So this tool is again very relevant for teachers as well as for students. For example, you have to teach a concept, say Newton's laws, science for grade 9, or you want some simple explanations, you want step-by-step explanation, you want real-life applications. You can also select a language. You can also add additional context. So I'll just say, please give some real-life examples around the concept customized to Indian themes. So I've given an additional context to the AI tool, and I'll hit generate. So it will basically, create an explanation around the concept based on what you have selected, as a learner or as a teacher, right? So understanding Newton's law, 3 laws of motion, first law explanation, simple explanation, real life application, Indian context, because I have asked it to give me in Indian context. Similarly for second law and similarly for third law, right? It has also given you step-by-step understanding. And what it also does is, even without clicking any button or anything, it will also give you a lot of images and videos. So if you have to master this concept, you have textual content, you have images, you have videos, all under one roof, under one page, so that you as a teacher or student, you don't have to go to 15 different websites every day and get confused. All right. So that's the concept explainer tool for you. Okay, let's continue. So till now we have seen 3 of the AI tools: writing assistant, lesson planner, and concept explainer. Now let me show you one of the most important tools, which is quiz and worksheet generator. So a lot of teachers spend a lot of time in creating quizzes and worksheets for students in the class. We don't want to get limited with what questions are already there in the book. We want n number of questions of different variety, right? Now suppose I want to create a quiz on the topic, say maths, suppose area and perimeter for grade 7 CBSE curriculum, and I want, say, 15 questions, and I have an option to select type of questions. I want some multiple choice questions, I want some fill in the blanks, I want some story problems. Okay, and I want an answer key at the end. A difficulty level I'll keep mixed. If you have any reference document to upload, you can upload it here. I also want to give some additional context here. Please make sure that all the questions are completely aligned to real world applications and customized to Indian themes. And you hit generate. So once you hit generate, the entire question paper and the quiz is ready right in front of you. There are multiple choice questions, there are fill in the blanks, there are story problems, and there is an answer key at the end. Now let's look at the quality of questions, because I have added an additional context saying make the questions aligned to real world applications and Indian themes. You see, every question is basically a practical use case of area and perimeter. It is not just a question where the length is this much, breadth is this much, give me area. So here is a rectangular park, what is the perimeter? Here is a square garden, what is the length of each side? The perimeter of an equilateral triangle. Anjali wants to put a lace border around a rectangle. So all the questions that you see here, they are connecting the concept to actually real world. Similarly, there are fill in the blanks questions, and then there are story problems, and all the story problems are customized to real world examples as well as Indian themes. So that is the power of AI, and that is the power of this platform, where you can create a customized question paper on any topic, any curriculum, any theme, and you can also give additional context, and the entire question paper will be ready right in front of you in a format that you want to. Then you can do a single click and export this entire question paper into a PDF or even in a Word format. All right. So that's the quiz and worksheet generator tool for you. You can use this tool not just for quiz, for generating worksheets, assessments, examination question papers, etc. Okay. This is again a very, very powerful tool. With thousands of users and teachers are using it, almost every single day. Okay. Now let me show you, one important tool, which is again web search assistant. So what happens is, so like I said, we are basically trying to build an all-in-one AI platform for education, combining multiple technologies under one roof. Okay. So right now it's a combination of ChatGPT, Google, and YouTube, and few more AI platforms. Okay. So this is the web search assistant tool, everyone. So just like you search things on Google and YouTube, you can search everything right here. For example, you want to see some images on photosynthesis, you can search here. You don't have to go to Google or any other platform. You want some videos around photosynthesis, you can get some videos on photosynthesis right here. All right, you can also watch the video. Now suppose I want the video in Hindi language, for example. I will type photosynthesis Hindi. It will give me Hindi videos around photosynthesis. Right? I'll just copy link to this video. Now I'll go to the next tool, which is called YouTube Video Analyzer. So we all spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos to understand concepts better, and also to create a lot of learning resources from the YouTube videos. So what this tool will help you do is, you don't have to watch any YouTube video. You just paste the link of any YouTube video right here, and at the click of a button, you can get the full transcript, you can get summary, you can get highlights, you can get question papers, you can create multiple choice questions right out of the content from the video without watching the video. So right now I want to get key highlights of this video, and I'll hit generate. So this is a video which is in Hindi language. I want to show you that most of our tools, in fact, all of our tools are supporting 80+ languages. Yeah. So for the entire video, without watching the video, you have a complete summary right in front of you. All right. So that's the YouTube Video Analyzer tool for you. Again, a lot of teachers are using it to create beautiful resources based on YouTube video content. Let me now show you, one of the most interesting tools and one of the latest upgrade that we have done on the platform, which is called Presentation Generator. So this is one tool which we have built based on feedback that we received from thousands of teachers. Okay. So teachers, they spend a lot of time creating presentations. Now to create a presentation, you have to go to Google, you have to go to YouTube, you have to open a Microsoft PowerPoint, you have to copy paste a lot of content, a lot of images, a lot of videos from multiple places. And to create even simple presentations, it will sometimes take you minimum 30 minutes to 1 hour. So let's create a presentation on Newton's laws for class 7 students. I want, say, 10 slides in the presentation. There are some optional things that you can choose to be part of your presentation. You can also upload a reference document, and you hit generate. So the moment you hit generate, it will try and create the full presentation for you with content, images, as well as videos, all within seconds. You see, so this is the first slide, Newton's laws of motion. It has added an image. What are Newton's laws? Content as well as image. Why learn Newton's laws? Newton's first law of motion, example of first law. Newton's second law of motion, examples of second law. Newton's third law of motion, examples of third law. And then there is also a conclusion in the last slide. All right. So this image is not visible. So I have an option to change the image in any slide, right? So suppose I like this image. I'll just select this image and add it in this slide. There is also a video in the last slide, if you see here. Okay, this is this video. If you don't like this video, you can just click this button and say, I want Newton's law Hindi video. I'll just type it here. It will give me a lot of options to choose from. And suppose I like this video, I will replace this video in my presentation. All right. So you see, the entire presentation is now ready in front of you with text content, with images, with videos, all at the click of a button. What you have to only do now is you just save, select a template, and click on present export. The entire presentation will be now exported for you. Okay. So let's continue. I just want to show you maybe 1 or 2 more tools, and then the AI tools section will be more or less over. Okay. So we also have a tool called Notes Generator. This is one of our latest edition. So what happens is, typically in a class, once you teach the concept, you write a lot of notes on the blackboard, and then you expect that the child will copy the notes and then read up. So the problem is, not every child is having equal speed. So some children are able to copy the notes from the blackboard, some children are not able to copy the notes. So what you can do is, you can use this tool to create wonderful notes around any subject and any topic. For example, we want to generate, say, a simple concept summary table. Let's start with a concept summary table. Subject is, suppose, maths and permutations, combinations for, say, grade 7. Right? So I want to generate a simple summary table of permutation and combinations for maths grade 7. I'll hit generate. So this tool will give you a beautiful table which has all the critical points around this concept listed in a nice and neat tabular format. So what smart children will do is, once you give it to them, they will take a printout and they will paste it on their study desk, so that they don't forget this concept ever again. All right. So you see, so this entire concept table is being generated right in front of you. Okay, so let me just do some formatting changes. All right. So introduction to permutations. What is permutation? Example, real world use cases, vocabulary, introduction to combinations, factorial notation, calculating permutation. So it's basically a ready reckoner type thing, a one-pager around the concept that you can give to your children, right? And they will just love it. So similarly, you can use this same tool to generate student revision notes. Okay. Yeah. So it will give you the revision notes for students, that again you can either convert it into a PDF and send it to parents over WhatsApp, or you can take printouts and give it to your students. They will again, love it. They don't have to bother about copying everything that you write on the blackboard in the notebooks. Okay. So similarly, if you want question and answer with explanation, see what happens is, you can generate a lot of quizzes and worksheets using the quiz and worksheet generator tool. But as a student, I also need to see a lot of practice question and answers. All right, that will give me the confidence. So if you want question and answer with explanations, you can again use this tool to generate Q&A with explanations. So as a student, I can get a lot of practice questions with answers and solutions to strengthen my concept. As a teacher, you can also generate 10 to 15 questions around any concept and give it to the students, so that they can look at the concepts and the explanations and master the concept while they are at home. So it's still generating. So just remember one thing, while it is generating, the maths formulas are looking a bit random, but once the generation is over, it will arrange everything properly. Yeah. So you see, so permutation and combination, Q&A with explanation. So what is permutation? What is the difference between permutation and combination? Calculate the number of permutations of letter ABC. So it has given you a lot of practice questions around the concept, so that you can, either use this question and answers in the class to demonstrate the concept better, or you can even give it to the students. Or if there is a student who wants to use the platform, he can use the platform to get a lot of practice questions to strengthen the concept. Okay, so that is the power of this tool, which is notes generator. So let's go back to our AI tools page. I'll just show you one or two last tools. So one of the tools is called event planner. So now as a teacher, you spend a lot of your time in planning a lot of events and activities in the school. Whether it is an assembly, whether it is an annual day, whether it is a sports day, science exhibition. So these activities and events, the planning these things consume a lot of time actually, and it creates a lot of unnecessary stress for all of us. So for example, you want to prepare for an annual day and you only know the theme. Your principal has just given you the theme of the event, which is colors of life, and this event is for everybody, and this event is, say, for example, on 25th December, and this is a half-day event. So you want itemized agenda, sample scripts. So whatever you want for this event, you just enter it here. You can also give some additional context here and it generate. So what this tool will do is, this tool will create a complete framework around how do you go about planning this complicated event. Okay. For example, it has given you a sample agenda and timeline table. It has given you ideas for activities and segments. It has created roles and responsibilities for your teams, sample script lines, invitation message for parents, table of materials that you need for the event, detailed project plan with timelines. All right. So to reach to this level of clarity for any event, it will take us weeks, right? While this AI tool has given you a lot of clarity around how do you go about planning this event, all within seconds. Okay. So that is the power of this tool, which is the event planner tool. I just want to show you one last tool. After that, our AI tool section will be more or less over. So this is called a concept mastery coach. So this tool is predominantly for students. So for example, maths grade 6 permutations. Yeah, so this is an interactive AI tool which basically asks questions to students on any topic, and it will also give you answers and explanations around the concept. So this tool will basically help a student to master every single concept that he is learning in the class. So one big behavioral change that we need in students is that whatever is being taught in the class, they should go back home and practice that concept every single day, right? They should not wait for the day before exam to practice all the concepts. They should go back home and practice every concept to check whether they have understood whatever the teacher has taught in the class or not. So like you see here, there are 4 questions, there are 5 levels. If you complete all the levels, you also get a nice badge and certificate, and it will ask you questions. So even if you give a right answer or wrong answer, it will also give you the correct explanation at the bottom. So you're not just testing your understanding around any concept, you are also mastering the concept with this tool. So this is called the Concept Mastery Coach. So like that, we have all in all 19 AI tools right now on the platform, and we are continuing to add more and more tools as per the feedback that we receive from many teachers like you all, to strengthen this entire platform and make it absolutely relevant for every teacher, so that you don't have to think and spend a lot of time figuring out how do you integrate AI in your daily life. So we are trying to make this process extremely simple, extremely easy, and extremely intuitive for every teacher in this world. Okay, that's the AI tools library for you. So what we are also doing is that we are saying we want to bring all the beautiful technologies under one roof, right? Which means any technology in the world which has the potential to improve quality of education, we will all bring everything under TeachBetter.ai. With that objective, we have also created a library of simulations, right? So like I said, that to teach any concept, you have to tell a story, you have to tell some real life examples, you have to show some images, you have to show some videos, you have to do some practical demonstrations, and you can also show a lot of simulations in the class to teach any concept. So we have created a library of 100 plus simulations that you see here. A simulation is basically an interactive way to teach any concept in a virtual environment, right? Now I'll show you how a simulation works. So for example, I want to teach circuits in the class. I'll just search for a simulation on circuit. Yeah, this is low. Yeah. So what you do is, this is the interface. So you can demonstrate how exactly circuits work. For example, you take a wire, you take a battery, you take another wire, then you take a bulb, and basically you connect all of these. And this completes the circuit and the bulb is glowing, right? So this is how you can teach the concept of circuits to students using this simulation. You can also add a register in between. Okay, then you connect this with another wire. So suppose you want to explain what is the meaning of a register to students, you can add a register. So here you can change the resistance level of this register. So as you are increasing the resistance level, the intensity of the light bulb is coming down. As you are reducing the resistance of this register, the intensity goes up. So this is how you can teach any concept in an extremely fun and engaging way, connecting every concept to real life. So like that, we have n number of simulations inside this platform and library. So for example, there are simulations on physics, there are simulations on chemistry, there are simulations on mathematics, there are simulations on biology, earth and space, and we will again try to keep on covering more and more topics on simulation, so that you as a teacher can ensure that you are teaching a concept with an objective that a child is able to deeply understand the concept and also apply the concept in real life. You don't just teach and expect the child to memorize everything and write it in the exam, right? So please start integrating simulations in your teaching curriculum, and let me tell you, students will just love it. They will just fall in love with your teaching if you start teaching things in this kind of a fun and engaging way, right? So this is the simulations library. I've already explained you what is the My Content library. This is your personalized content hub. So whatever you're doing on the platform, it gets stored here. You can search it, refer it in the future also whenever you want to, right? Along with our existing library of 100 plus interactive simulations and 20 plus AI tools, we have now introduced a powerful new tool called the Live Quiz and Poll Generator. Let me show you how it works. Step 1. Enter question type, number of questions, topic, difficulty level, few more options, and click generate. And boom, your complete quiz is ready instantly with questions, options, correct answers, and explanations. Step 2. Edit, validate, and save the quiz. Step 3. Click on Generate Shareable Link to get the online link of the quiz and share it with your students. Students can now simply click on the link, enter their name, roll number, class, and attempt the quiz without any login required. The moment they submit, they see their scores, correct answers, and explanations instantly. Step 4. Now go back to TeachBetter.ai and click on View Results. Select your quiz link and hit Refresh Results. You can instantly see all student submissions, individual scores, and even share individual reports with students. And just like that, the entire quiz workflow is completed in seconds. So this for you in a nutshell is all about TeachBetter.ai platform. We continue to add more and more AI tools. We'll continue to add more and more simulations, and we are trying our best to make sure that the best of the technologies in the world, which can significantly enhance quality of teaching and education, we will bring everything under one roof to make access to technology, extremely easy and also affordable, right? And we are one of the most affordable AI platforms in the world, where you get a free trial once you sign up, and once the free trial is over, you can get full access to the platform without any restrictions at only 149 rupees per month. At TeachBetter.ai, our mission is simple: to help education shift from rote memorization to personalization, deep understanding, and real-world application of concepts. And to enable this at scale, we are building one of the most affordable and all-in-one AI platforms for education.